Hello, hello. I am so grateful you are here. And today I just wanted to chat about homeschooling and how it relates to health. So, one of the things we taught with homeschooling was, but first of all, are you guys for homeschooling or not? Do you care about it? Do you not care about it? There's so many reasons that I am grateful for the years that I did homeschool my three children. And for the years that I had, not all of them were homeschooled from kindergarten through 12th grade, but all of them were homeschooled. And I believe one of the biggest things I want to have parents think about is, or grandparents or caregivers, is when you homeschool, you really want to encourage lifetime learning. And that's something you can see in my children, actually in all of them. They are not content with just a degree or, getting a certificate or getting a job or um, just accomplishing something. They really are lifetime learners, and so am I, and so is my husband. And I want to encourage you to be the same. There are so many books out there that have been written. One book I was reading called, the reason I want to talk about homeschooling and health is because if you just only learn what the teachers give you to learn in a school setting, um, you're going to be missing out. Like, for example, by the time curriculum comes out and you get it, whether you're in college or whatever, it's already going to be old. So I want us to be thinking about in real time, not just believing everything we watch or everything we see, whether it's something that aligns with our core beliefs or not, still question some things and see what the root cause is. For example, when it came to dealing with asthma, allergies, migraines, chronic fatigue, the things that had hit my family, I wanted to not just find things to help us like cover up the symptoms or change the symptoms. We really wanted to get to the root cause. And with that type of mindset, along with faith, along with prayer, actually being led by faith, led with prayer, being surrounded with one thing with homeschooling is I met together with other moms and we prayed. I don't remember if it was twice a month or once a month, but different groups I started or I was in, we got together and we prayed for our children, we prayed for our families, and we asked God to lead us. So, yes, we were the teachers, the administrators, the superintendents, the PE teacher. We were hands-on in every part except for the things that we outsourced. But we needed to have God as the center of our homeschool. So with that being said, um, that applied to everything. That applied to what we were eating, not just cafeteria food. That applied to the environment. We weren't allowed to, we encouraged positive speaking and positive music and positive, everything that's building us up and thinking about learning and looking at what a message was in a show or in a book, um, or in relationships that the kids have. So the thing that this has to do with health is I truly believe that that's why, for example, Caitlin Simmons, who is where she is because she doesn't just take what a doctor says or a practitioner or an acupuncturist or a chiropractor. She actually goes beyond and seeks out answers, whether they're popular or not. And that's the other thing is homeschooling was not popular. When I started it in 2000, officially, I think it was 2002 that I actually officially started in California, um, because that's the age, even though I did start homeschooling like right away, once they're babies, you start reading and teaching. Um, we just look at it as continuing education and what we went through with the whole situation with debilitating Lyme disease and our insurance not being able to really help us. Like we thought, oh, the insurance will help, help the doctors, like the doctors will help. Like I think a lot of my faith back in about up until the whole Lyme disease debacle thing, up till at least 2007, I thought, oh, good, this is covered by insurance. Childbirth covered by insurance. Oh, if you need to have, asthma medication covered by insurance. If you need to go to the dentist, covered by insurance. So I think with homeschooling, with disease, with sickness, with God as the center of our home, it really helped me to see that when it came to things I did not want to any longer at this day, okay, 2026, I do not make decisions based on what someone else says, whether they're wearing a white coat or whether they're wearing a coat and tie or a black tie or whatever. I don't make decisions based on someone because they have billions of dollars or because they have no money. I don't make decisions based on what all my neighbors are doing, what all my neighbors think, what any of you think. Um, I really want that peace that comes from knowing Jesus. And He is the one who led me, who led our family to biohacking way back in 2008. There's no other way to explain it. There's no other way to really look at how in the world could me, an artist, painted room dividers at art shows like Celsior Art on the Lake in Minnesota. My husband, a very talented artisan and craftsman, master craftsman. There's no way that we would have just changed our lives to be helping you and your family and your loved ones and your practice with biohacking, except for God leading us to it. So that's number one. Because I know Caitlin deals with a lot of people, and even I do think people saying that, certain things are like of the devil or they're witchcraft or they're no, we are really listening to what God said and what He's shown us and how He's helped my family heal and used it as an opportunity to help us live a more peaceful life. Um, and going back to how homeschooling relates to it, it's because then I purchased books like The Body Electric, um, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. So many books that we have. I have some stacked here under my microphone and shelves of books because we want to be reading about what works, more what works, like when frequency and energy 100 years ago, they knew that a salamander would regrow its tail, that even they could help a rat regrow its limb using just picoamps, just such a small amount of energy for that de-differentiation of the cells to help them grow. And even like a child up to the age of 11, if the tip of their finger was cut off above the first knuckle, uh, it would regrow. It could regrow in everyone up to the age of 11. There's enough energy, cellular voltage in a child that with a fingerprint and a fingernail, if it were not sewn together and mangled or sewn shut or tried to reattach, it would regrow perfectly. And so knowing these things and knowing how amazing God designed us only makes me want to study more, learn more, and share more of what works and less of what doesn't. So I'm just so grateful. My family's healthy. We're choosing to walk in peace. We're choosing to continue to, even like again, homeschooling was not popular when I started. It's a lot more popular now because of what's gone on in the world. I encourage you, moms, I encourage you, dads, grandparents, doctors, nurses, people, please continue to, number one, ask God to speak to you, show you, and it always needs to match His word. So when you're reading books and learning things, for example, about the chakras or the energy in the body, Look in the Bible and see, does this match? Does this align with what Genesis 1 talks about, that God said, let there be light, and there was light, and that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all, and that we were created in his image. And in the image of God, he created us. And that if he's light, then we're light. And if we're made of light, then wouldn't we want to give our bodies good light to help us be able to heal and live more healthier lives? When we look at the body and think, oh, your chemistry, or, oh, it's just, yes, we are chemical beings. Yes, we are emotional. Yes, we are physical. But when you look at the root cause of things, it goes down so much smaller, so much tinier, 0 point frequency, 0 point energy. And so that's what this channel is about. That's what I want to talk about, is helping the body heal itself, helping you help your practice, your clients, your patients with things that may seem outside of the box. When we started using bioresonance, PEMF, biofeedback, ray frequencies back in 2008, it was not popular at all. When we started drinking alkaline ionized, hydrogen rich, reduced, the structure reduced of water so it could hydrate us better, it was not popular. And now it's pretty popular. It's pretty amazing to see. If you turn on your Instagram, you'll see things all over the board about how to hydrate, excuse me, better, which makes me think, yeah, I gotta drink my water. What do you guys think about that? Is it easy for you to drink your water? Mm. Do you crave it? Do you drink enough water every day? Your body's mostly water. Your water needs to have energy. In one of these videos coming up, I'm going to show you how you can imprint, not just imprint frequencies, but etch frequencies into your water to help it help your body even more. Thank you for joining me on this channel. I'm excited to share with you why I'm so grateful I homeschooled, why I'm so grateful that God was the center of our home, of my marriage, of my school, of my medical system. And I want things to align with Him. And I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful you're watching, because I know that everything on here will be the lowest price of anything out there. It'll be the best of anything I've ever found, and it will be the most effective and easiest way. So our hope is that you also will want to ultimately build a wellness center in your home. If you're a practitioner, we want you to up-level your practice and have it be empowering your practice more, but also empowering your patients and clients. And if you're just a mom, a grandma like me, and you want to just help your family, we want to encourage everyone to invest in high-end wellness center products at the lowest price to help yourself in your home without injections. I know injections are really popular right now, guys. What if life is really in the blood? Going back to scripture, what if life is really in the blood? Should we take blood out of the body, run it through a machine, put it back in the body? Should we be injecting things into our blood? Let's just think about these things before we jump on to the latest trend. Okay? That's all I'm asking, is think. Don't do something. I encourage you not to do things just because your neighbors are, or your doctor is, or your friends are, or, you know, you, you saw it on the social media. Really wait for a peace. And my last thing is, one thing that really helped guide me through, seeing my family recover from so many things and live optimal, healthy lives, is we don't make decisions based on money. So that's another thing. I just talked with a client earlier today, and he said something like, somebody can't afford something. That's not in our language. We don't look for handouts except from God. And He overtakes us with so much blessing, you can't contain it. And so I would like to encourage you, if you are a believer in Yeshua, if you're a believer in Jesus, to know that He he's our high priest, he's our brother, he's the anointed one, he is all we need, but at the same time, he wants to bless us so we can bless others. So I encourage you to refrain from saying things like, I can't. No. With God, all things are possible. And with his son, Jesus Christ, all things are possible. Okay, see you next time.